Hi, I'm on my nighttime walk. Thank you for watching Cherie's weight loss journey. You can call it a podcast because most of the time at nighttime you don't even get to see my face. But anyway, today I increased my fiber intake. I had a salad with a topper consisting of like dried fruits and nuts. And I gave myself a break as far as the dry fruit, even though I know that that's sugar. I've been keeping, my sugar at a minimum, right? Not having more than a tablespoon of topper. Uh, and yeah. So, not drenching my salad in salad dressings, right? Normally I would have had 2 packs of dressing, sticking to one. And I do want to eat the spinach that I bought. I don't want it to go to waste. I could say I'm not quite where I want to be when it comes to protein. So after my walk, I'll probably have some more protein. Probably cook me up some egg whites and sausage. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking because I don't want to, be dieting and exercise and, not have enough protein and deplete my muscles, what little muscles I have. It's interesting, as you get older, if, the dynamics of getting old is precarious, right? Because your metabolism slows down, your need for more protein is important. So, yeah. So it's like less calories and more protein, right? And more exercise. So, as you can probably hear, the dog's behind the fence. I'm walking in the neighborhood. I'm walking a little early because we're still in the effect of the full moon. And, just don't want to be caught slipping, right? So I'm walking a little bit early. Normally, I would walk later after it's cooled down a bit. It's still in the 80s right now, even though it's nighttime. But I'm just glad, it wasn't just like 2 seasons, like from hot to cold, you know. I would really prefer more or less a fall, right? Where we can get like some beautiful weather of, 70s and, in the 60s at night. That would be perfect, right? So, anyhow, I'm feeling a lot better right now. Pretty proud of myself that I went for a walk at a very pretty park back in my old neighborhood. Brought back a lot of memories and, no regrets. It's like no regrets because, when I lived in that neighborhood, I actually had believed that I was going to grow old in that neighborhood. But, it didn't work out that way, right? So, um, and here's another thing about taking walks, right? When you're taking walks, it also gives you an opportunity to breathe, right? Breathing is really essential. And a lot of times I know we're like, oh, breathing is automatic. Yeah. But when you're moving, it's intentional. Okay? There's more what do you call it? There's more exertion. So it labors your lungs a little bit more than, say, if you had just been sitting or laying around the house. Another thing that pleased me a lot was I checked my analytics and I seen that I had 345 views. I didn't really get any likes or subscription. I think I got a subscription, but if that subscription helps one person, right, who is struggling and is an emotional eater, like myself, then, I'm a hero. No, I'm kidding. Right? Like, you're a hero because you saved one person. But why not, right? Why not? Um, I've been very reluctant, to cooking because what I used to cook, wasn't necessarily healthy. Okay? And you don't really think about those things if your body is effectively, managing the foods that you eat, right? Mainly the carbs, right? Every meal consisted of some kind of starch, right? Whether it was noodles, rice, potatoes, every meal consisted of some kind of starch, right? And starch breaks down the sugar. So, I have been looking at, various recipes, you know, that I might want to try. I've never cooked my tuna, my canned tuna. I've never cooked my canned tuna. However, I did see a video that I want to try. And this is where, say you're going to eat a can of tuna. You know what? I just might do this recipe. I want to try it out anyway. And it said, if you add the egg into the can, then the egg gets absorbed better. Now, the reasoning behind that, I don't know. But I've never had, cooked tuna. And, I have watched, some videos where, you would see some people, they would start cooking the egg and then they would add the tuna and like, hey, yeah, add a few vegetables and you got a great meal. Okay? And, growing up, omelets were a big thing, right? And omelets, could be filled with anything. It could be filled with meat and vegetables or, whatever you like, right? So, growing up, the omelet was kind of like our tacos, right? Because you encased, what you wanted inside of the omelet and boom, you got it, right? But what I didn't like about most omelets was it dried out the egg, right? And so it made the egg it gave the egg a different texture than, say, if it was scrambled, right? And of course, boiled eggs have their own texture, for sure. Wow, that moon is so pretty. It is pretty. 5 minutes ago, it was sort of red, orange, reddish orange. Now it's turning yellow. One of the things that I was thinking about today was, 2020, right? People were losing their jobs. People had to wear masks. People were forced to take shots or lose their job. There was social distancing, and, no one, sent me a gallon of water. No one sent me a roll of toilet paper. No one even checked to see if I was okay. I helped a lot of people, right? And I was just surprised that, I never knew that they didn't care about me, right? So, yeah. Then my mind jumped to when, Texas had this week-long below zero freeze and power outages, right? Nobody checked on me. Nobody sent me a blanket or, Amazon me a fire log. It just didn't happen. Okay? So, that really made me think about, you know, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? And the only thing that I could possibly even think of was that maybe I didn't go along to get along, right? Because, I like doing my own thing, and that doesn't mean I forgot about them. No. Right? And so I came out of that saying, well, I guess they kind of forgot about me. That's cool. I was a non-factor in their life. They only needed help. They took it and they went on about their business, right? And that's cool, right? And so I'm cool with that. However, what I'm not cool with is any of those people that stated that I was a non-factor or that I was insignificant or that slandered me, thinking that, they could ever come back. Okay? Because I have planned my life, right? And the life that I planned was including preparing to have income to go to assisted living, when I need to. Okay? I don't need them. And, if they need me at this point in juncture, I'm like, look, I've already given you to you. I've already given to you, you already have, one up on me. So don't look for two ups on me, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's how it goes. And I don't plan on living in shame. Not by my own accord. Okay? So I did think about applying for housing for seniors on the Indian reservation. They're in the process of building some new senior living houses. And I'm like, I wouldn't mind a brand new house on the reservation, you know. At least there I could go down and take walks along the Pacific beach, which, if I was to do that, that wouldn't be like this year or next year. It would probably be, after those years. Okay? So I still have information that I need to send them in regards to my financials, and I believe I probably wouldn't qualify as being poverty. So I'm not really sure if they would accept me at this time. Anyway, but it's nice to know that that's an option, right? Because if I go to the reservation and live, they do have free medical for, members of the tribe. When I was up there, I also, was fed a breakfast that they give out to the seniors. That was nice. Got to meet one of the intake people. And I was going to fill out an application, for the seniors meal. So, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to really be back within a year or two, right? And I have to go back in about 3 years to renew my membership. So, yeah. And another thing that I was thinking about was, because of my Indian background, my Indian heritage, that, Indians are more of a spiritual culture than a religious culture. I haven't really identified or ran up around anybody that was, that I'd elevated to metaphysical, but definitely some spiritual for sure. Which, I guess if I moved up there, I would probably be talking about metaphysics to them. Yeah, for sure. Right? I mean, for those that seek, when the student is ready, God will send them a teacher, right? Yes, that could be a purpose or a mission. Who knows? I mean, it did cross my mind. Anyway, ooh, it's hot out here. No breeze. I mean, yeah, there's a small breeze. As soon as I said there was like a breeze, but it ain't hot. I mean, but it's hot. It's not cold. The last few years, right around Halloween, we start getting these Arctic fronts, and the current will run down here into Texas. I mean, yeah. So that cools things off rather swiftly. I guess even Snoopy is saying, it's hot. It's hot out here. And when it comes to my family, because for whatever reason, I guess I didn't fit in, and they thought it was cool that I get disinherited. And even my brothers were like, yeah, more for them, and I'm like, what do you mean? This is Indian money. How could you guys ever even talk about disinheritance as if you guys had went out and actually worked for that money? Right? Indian money is for all Indians, but they didn't see it that way, and even when the courts told me that the will that was produced was a voidable will, and I had the right to contest it, my brothers had assured me that they would share, and they never shared anything. So even then I had to ask myself, why would they do that? right? And my answer was, you know, I don't take it personal. They're just greedy. And I was like, yeah, but, you know, I'm their sister, right? Why wouldn't they want to, you know, protect the females of the tribe and make sure that they're okay and, you know, share, you know, resources with them? And it was like, you know, the answer again I was given was greed. And I was like, you know, that's awful. And then my grantee, you know, she was going to leave me and Nadia in her will, but her will somehow mysteriously came up missing, right? And my brother was taking care of grantee at the time. And he pretty much told me that he had power of attorney over grantee because she was coming down with Alzheimer's, and he had got her to get a loan, a reverse mortgage equity loan, and told me that he had used that money to save his son, who was incarcerated for homicide. And he said he had to get his son out because he believed that his son did not murder this guy, that it was self-defense, and he had to get it. He had to pay for, I think he said he had to pay $350,000 for a defense lawyer, and that, you know, won the case and got his son, you know, off. And I was thinking, yeah, but that wasn't your money. You know, that was Grantee's money. And actually, part of what I believe was going to be my inheritance. Then when I talked to my brother, he started saying, oh no, you know, it was supposed to be me and him in my grantee's will. And I was like, you know, I side-eyed him, right? I didn't say nothing because my brother's very temperamental. But I knew it was me and Nadia. And they dishonored Grantee's wishes. Okay? And before it was all said and done with, before she had, you know, was laid to rest, right? She had to be isolated and disassociated with the whole family because of the way they mishandled her finances, the way they mishandled her. And this really hurts me because I really loved her a lot. And you know, she would always tell me, don't worry, things have a way of working itself out. That's what she would tell me, right? And of course, I know this too shall pass, right? So that's another thing that, I really require to heal, right? I mean, these are other things that I need to heal. Like when it comes to my family. And it's hard. But, talking about it helps. Yeah, talking about it helps. And, all I can say is, bless my brothers. And may they also heal. Right? Thank you for watching. I finished my walk. Bye.